Old Guy Radio Theater presents.
It's the George and Pudgy Show. Starring Milt Skiltskin as George Coinbridge and Bill Dokie as Pudgy Coinbridge, with Schmitzy Poldonka as Maggie Coinbridge, Falk Molly as Brick Shallows, and Peter Peters as Boone Joykins. The George and Pudgy Show.
When we last left George, he had just received a call from Pudgy in jail.
I had a sinking feeling come over me, like being washed over with thick gravy. Hello?
George, you gotta come and get me. I'm in jail.
What? Jail? Again? What'd you do now?
Just come spring me from the joint, George. We can chew the fat later.
Yeah, I'll be right there. Here it is, Wednesday morning, on my only day off, and I'm driving down to get Pudgy out of jail. Yeah, there are a million other things that I'd rather do, but family's fame. I guess I'm gonna have to miss the game on the radio.
48th Precinct, Officer Lewis.
All right, Sang here. Okay, bring up Pudgy Coinbridge. No, Coinbridge, you fellas should set up a revolving door here. It might make things a little easier for the rest of us, you know?
Yeah, wise guy.
Hey, don't push your luck there, Mr. Coinbridge. We got a nice cell in the back just waiting for you.
Yeah, you'd send your own mother up the river just for jaywalking.
Hey, thanks for getting me out, Georgie. Let's blow this place before Blue Belly over there snaps his cap.
Are you looking for more trouble than you can handle, pal?
I'll show you what for with that nightstick, Flatfoot.
Hey, what'd he say?
Okay, Pudgy, now will you tell me what happened?
I'm telling you, Georgie boy, these kumquats are beginning to be more trouble than they're worth. There I was, talking to the guy what knows the other guy that works in the docks.
Yeah, so?
So I'm talking to the guy what knows the guy that works in the docks. I'm trying to tell this jamoke I'm looking for these kumquatty things for pie. And out of the blue, this guy blows a gasket, thinks I'm insulting him or something. And then the nitwit starts yammering that I'm slinging nasty words at him and almost knocks my block off with an uppercut. Then he lays one on my kisser with a left hook. I was just getting ready to return the favor when some stinking flatfoot caught me from behind, introduced me to the pavement, and whammo! There I was in cuffs and going downtown for causing a public disturbance.
Causing a public disturbance? That ain't nothing new. Remember the first time we went for a ride downtown for causing a public disturbance?
Yeah, what were we supposed to do when a couple of drips tried to move in on our action with them 2 cookies at Bobby's pool hall?
Yeah, West 43rd Street would never be the same.
Leading them 2 mooks down the block by the ears was a great move, Georgie boy.
Yeah, the best part was making him sing a voice of In the Mood by Glenn Miller to all the broads we passed.
Yeah, and it came to an end when we got them 2 knuckleheads in front of the church on Broadmoor, and then we was making them sing to all the lovely ladies coming out of services.
They'd still be singing if it wasn't for that Flatfoot giving his foot forward the nightstick.
Yeah, first ride downtown, our first mugshot, our first call to the old man to come and get us.
Ah, what a great day that was, huh?
Now, George, about these kumquats, how am I going to find them? I can't even say the word without causing a ruckus.
I don't know, Pudgy. I don't know. I was sinking fast, and I still have no clue where to get my hands on kumquats.
You know, I gotta admit, you're a real ace when it comes to making breakfast, Georgie boy. By the way, how's the kumquat business? You got them locked in, have you?
Two dead eyes on a raft. O'Connor's make 'em cry.
Two dead eyes on a raft. O'Connor's on the side. Make 'em cry. Very funny, very funny. Let me tell you something, Joykins. You chiseled your way into making this bet. Don't push your luck, or you're going to be getting more trouble than you can handle.
Okay, Georgie. All right. You don't need to get all steamed up about it. I'll lay off for now. Just be ready to shell out 150 clams Friday morning.
Yeah, well, you just be ready to lose too, Boone. Georgie is more resourceful than you think.
When it came right down to it, Joykins was right. I was running out of time fast. My only hope was Pudgy, and the chances of him coming through was slim to none. But there was no other choice but to meet Pudgy on the docks. I wonder where Pudgy is. He said to meet him here at 2 p.m. on Dock 27. Here I am, on time, but no Pudgy in sight. Why am I not surprised? If I don't find Pudgy, this'll be the end of things. 30 minutes later, and still no Pudgy. I gotta do something. I can't just stand here. That guy don't look too busy. Hey, pal, you got a sec?
What's the beef, Matt?
Hey, there's no beef, pal. I just want to ask you if you'd seen a guy that kind of looks like me, only he's wearing a gray pinstripe suit and got one of them round English hats.
You mean bowler hat?
Yeah, Bola Schmola. Have you seen him or not?
You say this guy kind of looks like you?
Yeah,
He's wearing a gray pinstripe suit.
yeah,
He's got on a bowler hat.
yeah. So, have you seen him or not?
Nope. But if I do, I'll tell you first.
Very funny. Very funny. Hey, don't quit your job to become a comedian. What am I gonna do now? I'm starting to think Pudgy is gonna leave me high and dry on the docks.
Hey, Georgie, over here.
Pudgy, where you been? An hour and a half I've been looking for you. Do I or do I not remember you calling, telling me, Georgie, meet me at 2 p.m. on Dock 27? Well, I was here, 2 p.m. sharp, on Dock 27.
I told you 1 p.m. on Dock 7, and I've been walking up and down the docks here looking for you the last 2 hours. I'm telling you, Georgie boy, you got a brain like a strainer. You can't remember nothing that ain't yelled at you by Maggie at that madhouse you call a cafe.
All right already. So, I'm here, now what?
So we go back to Dock 7, and if we're lucky and not too late, we'll get to meet the man himself, the Quadfather.
Who's this Quadfather fella?
I'm telling you, Georgie, you're losing it. I don't know his name, but I'm real sure it ain't the Quadfather. The Quadfather, George the Quadfather. He's the #1 guy on the East Coast for any and all produce.
So?
So it turns out these kumquatty things are fruit.
Yeah, and?
And? Georgie, are you listening to me? Wake up, stupid. Turns out he's the only one that's gonna get these kumquatty things. They don't call him the Quadfather for nothing, you know.
Well, why didn't you just say so? I'm telling you, Pudgy, it's like pulling teeth with you. You always gotta take the long way around to saying something. You're worse than the old man. he'd start yammering and going on about things that didn't mean nothing about nothing. And here you are, doing the same thing, yammering over nothing, and taking the long way around to saying things.
The George and Pudgy Show is brought to you by the fine makers of Mrs. Marshall's Wonderwear and by the trained professionals at Dr. Schlongster's rocket-powered home colonoscopy kit. Remember, Mrs. Marshall's for the wonderwear that's fun to wear and Dr. Schlongster's home colonoscopy kit to keep you happy, healthy, and fit.
I think this is the place, Georgie.
Hey, look at the goons, Pudgy. I think we're in trouble. Hey, you guys, hold it right there. Get your hands up. What are you two mooks doing here?
We had an appointment with the quad father a couple hours ago, but my moron brother went to the wrong dock, and it took me till now to find him.
We ain't letting you two fatheads in here to see anybody, let alone the quad fighter, without being frisk-faced. We ain't no mooks born yesterday, you know.
They're clean. You better tell the boss that these two knuckleheads are finally here. And only 2 hours and 12 minutes late. Boy, this is gonna be a good one. Quadfather, we got these two gentlemen here to see you. Right this way, gentlemen. The Quadfather will see you now.
All right. Be seated, gentlemen. Well, what can I do for you?
Go on, Georgie, tell him.
Well, Mr. Quadfeather, sir.
Quadfather George. You'll have to excuse my brother. He's a basket case right from the start. Now, go ahead, George.
I'm sorry there, Mr. Quadfeather there, sir. I'm not familiar with all the royalties and such. We're talking to fellas like you.
Quit stalling, George. The Quadfather has better things to do than listen to you yammering.
Right. Well, Your Honor, sir, you see, it's like this. This fellas comes into the cafe, and he starts...
George, I guess I'm gonna have to do it. Quadfather, sir, we really need to buy some of them kumquatty things. My idiot brother here made a bet he could make a pie with him, and he's never even heard of him before.
Okay, just shut up, all right? Okay, first off, you gentlemen, you need to understand something. I don't like to be kept waiting. Okay, my time's more valuable than you two mutts' lives combined. But this time I'm willing to make an exception and forgive your tardiness. Now I get you guys want to buy some produce from my warehouse, but not just any produce. You want my most prized specialty fruits. Okay, you want them kumquats. Now, before we even continue with business, and I want to understand something because it cleared up because it's been bugging me. Why is it that two, my former schoolmates, in all these years, haven't even bothered to pick up the phone, call me to say hello? Pudgy, I see you on the docks every morning, selling those page liners you boys sell as, newspapers. George, in all these years, you never once invited me to your shop, what's the price of that pie you're so famous for? Not even a cup of coffee. And now you guys come to my business, to my home, and you're asking me to sell you my most prized specialty. Hey guys, cut it off with the music already. I can't hear myself think.
Cobblehead? Brick Shallows!
Yeah!
Brick, old buddy, I didn't recognize you.
Well, what do you know? Brick Shallows. We haven't seen you in what? 10, 15 years?
We didn't know you was here, Brick. Quadfather. That the last we heard of you, you were shipped out to fight the war.
I did. Yeah, but during basic training, some stupid country boy riding the jive shot me right in the leg. So, the army, they hatch me up and they send me home. Then, once I get back on my good leg, started working for my old man here down on the docks.
Oh, yeah. Your old man was a grocer, right?
Something like that. See, my old man, he used to get produce from the ships and then, he sold them to the warehouses for distribution. Well, by chance, one day he happened to get this building here on Pier 7. And that way, he could start selling to all the nearby grocery stores directly. Then I took over things. And when I started, we had 12 trucks, just 12. But now we got 30. And we're delivering fresh produce all in and out of Fulber, straight up in the Bono Creek. Eventually, I started to expand into some of the more, exotic, lesser-known fruits. And that's, I guess, when the boys started calling me Quat Father. I guess on the account I could get them kumquats. I'm suddenly king of the underground world of produce. So yeah, gentlemen, if it grows, I can sell it. And if I don't have it, I'll get it. Okay, George, go ahead. Tell me about this bet you made.
Well, I don't know if you remember Boone Joykins, heavy on the joik. He came into my place, see, trying to make me look a fool by asking me to make him a pie from something I never heard of, kumquats. So not only do I have to make a pie by Friday, but if it ain't no good, I owe him 150 smackers.
150, eh? By Friday? Okay, George, I'll tell you what. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 50 pounds of my best hand-picked kumquats. I got to let you gentlemen in on a little secret, okay? I hate Boone Jorkins. Yeah, there's a lot of bad blood between him and I, and have had his number coming for a while. So the kumquats, George, are free charge, but I'm gonna have to ask a favor of you. While you're at it, can you make me a pie, please? See, I plan on being there Friday morning, and I want to see old Jerkins squirm, and to give my pie.
Will George be able to make a kumquat pie for the Quat Father? Will George get his revenge on Boone Jerkins? To find out, tune in next week for the thrilling conclusion of A Pie in the Sky on the George and Pudgy Show.
Tonight's episode of the George and Pudgy Show is brought to you by the makers of Mrs. Marshall's magnificent wonderwear. It puts the wonder in your unders. And by the fine folks at Dr. Schlonster's rocket-powered home colonoscopy kit that'll keep you healthy, happy, and fit.